Dear viewers, today we're going to discuss a very critical topic. Because every night, without even realizing it, you may have developed habits that are harmful to your heart. And do you know what's the worst part? You were told these habits are harmless. Some were even claimed to be healthy. Now I want to ask you a question. Do you feel tired when you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up multiple times throughout the night, or have you noticed that your heart sometimes beats irregularly? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please watch this video until the end. Because what I'm going to share today is one of the most overlooked truths I've seen in my over 30 years of experience in cardiology. You've been told that heart problems are normal as you age, right? You've probably heard that experiencing occasional palpitations or shortness of breath after 70 is just a part of getting older. But what if I told you that this is completely wrong? Or rather, what if I told you that these problems are not related to your age, but are directly linked to 3 simple habits you do every night before going to bed? Look, your heart muscle is a pump that works 24 hours a day. But nighttime is when this pump needs to repair itself. During sleep, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and your cells enter a renewal process. At least, that's how it should be. However, millions of people unknowingly sabotage this critical repair window. There's a report published by the American Heart Association in 2023. This report deeply affected me. Researchers found that 65% of heart events occurring at night in individuals over 70 years old were directly related to specific activities performed in the previous 2 to 3 hours. 65%. That's an incredible number. And do you know what the vast majority of these activities were? Routines before bed that seemed harmless, even considered healthy. Today, I'll explain these 3 habits one by one. I'll scientifically explain how each one harms your heart, and most importantly, I'll show you what to do instead, which small changes can dramatically improve your heart health. If you're ready, let's begin. And please, if you find this information useful, don't forget to share it with your loved ones, because this information can truly save lives. We'll start with number 3. Number 3, drinking water at the wrong time and in the wrong amount before bed. Now, I'm not saying drinking water is harmful. Absolutely not. Hydration is essential for health, but the thing is, after the age of 70, your kidneys don't work like they did when you were young. Your body's ability to manage fluid balance changes, and when you ignore this change, you put extra strain on your heart throughout the night. So what exactly happens? Let me explain. You drink a glass, 2 glasses, or even 3 glasses of water right before bed. You've been told that your body needs water throughout the night. You've been told that you need to drink plenty of water to avoid dehydration while sleeping. But this advice applies to a young body. After the age of 70, your kidney's filtration rate has decreased by approximately 30 to 40%. What does this mean? Your body processes the fluids you consume more slowly. Throughout the night, this excess fluid increases your blood volume. What happens when your blood volume increases? Your heart has to work harder. And there's one more thing. Getting up to use the bathroom at night. We call this nocturia. When you drink too much water before bed, you get up 2, 3, sometimes 4 times during the night to use the bathroom. Do you know what happens each time you get up? Your blood pressure spikes, your heart suddenly speeds up. These sudden changes, especially for people over 70, can lead to arrhythmia or irregular heartbeat. A research team from the University of Tokyo found that elderly individuals who get up 3 or more times during the night to use the bathroom have a 28% higher risk of having a heart attack. 28%. And most of this risk stemmed from sudden changes in blood pressure. So what is the right thing to do? Now I'm going to give you some critical information. Don't stop drinking water. But timing is everything. Stop drinking large amounts of fluids at least 2 hours before bedtime, preferably 3 hours before. Meet most of your daily water needs in the morning and afternoon. After dinner, take only small sips. And here's the critical mistake most people make. They wait too long to feel thirsty, then try to compensate right before bed. This is wrong. Drink water regularly but in small amounts throughout the day. This way, your body will already be sufficiently hydrated by evening, and you won't feel the need to drink large amounts of water. Here's another tip. If you experience dry mouth at night, it doesn't always mean you're dehydrated. Especially after age 70, dry mouth is often caused by breathing through your mouth while sleeping. Consider placing a humidifier in your bedroom. This can dramatically reduce your need to drink water at night. In a pilot study at Stanford University, participants experienced an average 55% reduction in nighttime bathroom trips 6 weeks after implementing this simple timing change. Most importantly, significant improvements were observed in morning blood pressure measurements. Now let's move on to number 2, and this is perhaps the most overlooked habit. Number 2, watching TV before bed. But wait, not for the reason you might think. You've been told that blue light disrupts your sleep and inhibits melatonin production. Yes, that's true, but after age 70, that's not the real danger. The real danger is how the content you watch affects your heart. Think about it. What do you watch before bed? The news, thriller movies, talk shows, or maybe you follow the business channels? Here's a very important fact. When you watch stressful or exciting content, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones stimulate your heart, raise your blood pressure, and tense your muscles. Evolutionarily, these hormones were designed to help you escape danger. But now, your heart is preparing to fight a threat in the middle of the night while you're in bed. And this threat doesn't even exist. It's just pixels moving on a screen. There is a study by Dr. Jennifer Haith from the Department of Cardiology at Columbia University. This study found that individuals over the age of 70 who watched stressful news content before bed showed significant impairments in heart rate variability during sleep. Heart rate variability is an indicator of how well your heart can adapt to stress. Low variability means the heart has lost its flexibility, and this is a significant risk factor for heart disease. But there's something else, and this is much more insidious. When you watch TV before going to bed, you are usually sitting still. Your legs are either bent or dangling down. You stay in this position for hours. Do you know what this does? It causes blood to pool in your legs. Then, when you go to bed, this pooled blood suddenly returns to the heart. The heart is faced with an unexpected volume load. After the age of 70, the elasticity of your heart muscles has decreased. It becomes difficult to adapt to these sudden volume changes. The result? Palpitations, shortness of breath, and even chest pain in some people within the first hour or two after lying down. A study from the National Cerebrovascular and Cardiovascular Research Center in Japan showed that elderly individuals who sit motionless for more than an hour before going to bed have a 34% higher risk of deep vein thrombosis. Deep vein thrombosis means blood clots in the legs, and these clots can sometimes reach the lungs, leading to a life-threatening condition called pulmonary embolism. So what's the solution? Am I saying to give up television completely? No, absolutely not. But you need to make some important changes. First, turn off your screens at least an hour before bedtime, preferably an hour and a half before. Instead, do calming activities, read a book, listen to soft music, have a quiet chat with your spouse or a loved one. Second, if you absolutely must watch, be mindful of your content choices. Opt for nature documentaries, comedy series, or calming content instead of news, thriller movies, or talk shows. This simple change dramatically lowers your cortisol levels. Third, and this is very important, don't stay still while watching. Get up every 20 minutes, take a few steps, stretch your legs. This keeps your blood circulation active and prevents swelling in your legs. Participants in a research group reported a 41% improvement in sleep quality and noticeable regulation in morning pulse measurements after 8 weeks of implementing these simple changes. 74% of participants said the frequency of nighttime palpitations had significantly decreased. And now, we come to number 1. This is the most critical one. And I'm sorry, but I have to say it. You're probably doing this right now. Number 1, taking your medications at the wrong time, either right before bed or while lying down. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medications. Absolutely not. Continue taking the medications prescribed by your doctor. But many people take their medications right before bed. And for some medications, this is completely wrong. First, let me clarify something. Some medications really should be taken at night. Most statins, for example, are more effective when taken at night because cholesterol synthesis is more active at night. But blood pressure medications, that's where it gets complicated. Look, for years, people were told to take their blood pressure medication in the morning. The logic was blood pressure is higher during the day, so the heart needs to be protected during the day. But recent research has shown that this approach may be wrong for some individuals. There is a large study from the University of Vigo in Spain. 19,000 participants were followed for 6 years. Do you know what the results said? It was found that those who took blood pressure medication at night had a 45% lower risk of heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. 45%. That's a huge difference. But wait, this does not apply to everyone. And here's the dangerous part. Some older individuals may experience nocturnal hypotension when taking blood pressure medication at night. That is, their blood pressure can drop too low. This increases the risk of falling. You may experience dizziness or imbalance when getting up to use the bathroom at night. Falls can be life-threatening for individuals over the age of 70. So what should you do? This is very important. Don't decide for yourself. Talk to your doctor. Review the timing of your medications. Maybe a medication you take in the morning would be better taken at night. Maybe you need to take what you take at night in the morning. This depends entirely on your situation, your medications, and your body's response. But what I really want to talk about here is over-the-counter medications and supplements. Many people take painkillers before bed. They turn to medications like ibuprofen or naproxen to relieve the fatigue of the day or reduce joint pain. And this can be very dangerous. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, can cause sodium retention and increased blood pressure. At night, when your heart needs to rest, these medications can have the opposite effect. They also irritate the stomach lining. When you lie down, stomach acid can flow back into the esophagus. This causes heartburn, and heartburn, paradoxically, can mask real heart problems. People may ignore chest pain, mistaking it for heartburn. The American College of Cardiology has issued a warning. It is recommended that individuals over the age of 70 keep their use of NSAIDs to a minimum and avoid these drugs, especially at night. Then there are supplements: melatonin, magnesium, fish oil, coenzyme Q10. Most of these can be beneficial, but they all have a recommended time to take them, and taking them at the wrong time can do more harm than good. Take fish oil, for example. Omega-3 fatty acids are great for the heart, but taken right before bed they can cause stomach upset and insomnia. It can also interact with other medications due to its blood-thinning effect. Magnesium is a supplement that is generally recommended to be taken at night. It has a muscle relaxant effect and makes it easier to fall asleep, but when taken in very high doses, it can lower blood pressure. If you are already taking blood pressure medication, this can be dangerous. So what's the solution? Make a complete list of your medications and supplements. Take it to your doctor or pharmacist. Ask about the optimal time to take each one. Find out which ones may interact with each other. And most importantly, don't take medication or supplements just because everyone else is doing it. Every body is different. What's right for you may be wrong for your neighbor. A research team from Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston reported that patients who had their medication timing optimized showed a 32% reduction in heart-related emergency room visits within 6 months. Just by changing the timing. The medications were the same, the doses were the same, only the timing changed. Now, let's summarize these 3 habits. Number 3. Drinking too much water right before bed increases your blood volume throughout the night, strains your heart, disrupts your sleep with nighttime bathroom trips, and causes sudden blood pressure fluctuations. Solution: spread your daily water intake throughout the day and stop drinking large amounts of water at least 2 hours before bed. Number 2. Watching stressful television content and sitting still before bed. This raises your cortisol levels, increases your blood pressure, and causes blood to pool in your legs. Solution: turn off screens at least 1 hour before bed, choose calming content, and avoid sitting still for long periods. Number 1. Taking your medications and supplements at the wrong time. This can increase the burden on your heart, cause drug interactions, and disrupt sleep. Solution: review your medication schedule with your doctor and use over-the-counter medications and supplements with caution. But wait a minute. I need to tell you one more thing, and this is perhaps the most important. These 3 habits are harmful on their own, but when practiced together, their effects multiply. Think about it. After dinner, you sit down in front of the TV. You watch stressful news. You sit motionless. Then, right before bed, you take your medications, you drink a glass of water, you get into bed. In this scenario, your heart is battling 3 different sources of stress during the most critical hours of the night. Cortisol is high, blood volume is excessive, and medication interactions are in play. And you try to sleep without realizing any of this. The next morning, you wake up tired. Your heart didn't get any rest all night. You have no energy throughout the day. When evening comes, the same cycle repeats. And over time, this cycle wears down your heart. But here's the good news. This cycle can be broken. You can achieve big results with small changes. I have a suggestion for you. This week, change just one thing. Don't try to make multiple changes. Just pick one. Maybe stop drinking water 2 hours before bed. Maybe turn off the TV an hour earlier. Maybe discuss your medication schedule with your doctor. Apply this small change for a week. Feel the difference. Then move on to the second change. After 3 weeks, you'll be applying all 3 changes, and believe me, the difference will be huge. I want to tell you about one of my patients, a 74-year-old man. He came to me complaining of nighttime palpitations. His heart rhythm tests showed no structural problems, but he was experiencing irregular rhythms at night. We talked about his routine before bed. He was drinking 3 glasses of water before bed. He watched the news every night, and he was taking his blood pressure medication right before bed. We made 3 changes. We spread out his water intake throughout the day. He stopped watching the news and started reading books with his wife in the evenings. We switched his blood pressure medication to be taken with dinner. After 4 weeks, the nighttime palpitations had almost completely stopped. His sleep quality improved. He started feeling more energetic in the mornings. This is just one case. It's not scientific proof, but I shared it to give you hope, because change is possible, and it's never too late. Now I want to ask you a question. Which of these 3 changes will you try this week? Share it in the comments. I'm curious about your experiences, questions, and concerns. I read every comment and respond as best I can. And please remember, this video is for general informational purposes only. Make decisions about your own health in consultation with your doctor. Every individual is different. What is right for you is determined with the help of a healthcare professional. If you found this information useful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Creating this kind of content takes time, but your interest motivates me. Together, we can show that healthy aging is possible. Take good care of your heart. It has worked for you your whole life. Now it's your turn. See you in the next video. Stay healthy.